Welcome to your daily devotional with me, PMV. Having looked at the throne of God and the 24 elders, let's continue with Revelation chapter 4, verses 9 through 11. It reads, "Whenever the living creatures give glory and honor and thanks to him who sits on the throne, who lives forever and ever, the 24 elders fall down before him who sits on the throne and worship him who lives forever and ever, and cast their crowns before the throne, saying, 'You are worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power, for you created all things, and by your will they exist and were created.'" The cherubim before the throne are not alone in their worship of God. The 24 elders now join in. Note in verse 9, worship is described as giving glory and honor and thanks to him who sits on the throne. I think that's a great description of worship. And as we said before, whatever is on the throne of your heart, of your life, will cost you. You pay for whatever you worship. Is whatever or whoever sits on the throne of your heart worth the cost for them or it to be there? As we said before, the God of money cost Matthew a lot. He got tired of paying for someone besides Jesus to sit on the throne of his heart. What about you today? Is your reputation at work and the success among your peers, is that what sits on the throne of your heart? What is it costing you? Or is there a boy or a girl that you think if you just had that relationship, it would fix everything? What does that false god, what is that false god costing you? But also notice in verse 8, God is the one who was and is to come. Then in verse 9, he is the one who lives forever and ever. And in verse 10, he is the one who lives forever and ever. I believe what is being communicated to us is that the eternal God who created all things is about to bring his creation to his end. In other words, get ready. The eternal God who sits on the throne is about to act in a world-ending kind of way. Let's look at verse 11 a little closer. Their song of praise begins by saying that God is worthy. But what is he worthy of? Look, to receive what? Glory, honor, and power. What is he worthy, or why is he worthy of these things? Look at the last half of verse 11. "For you created all things, and by your will they exist and were created." Okay, so two things. First, God created everything. So whether you think what he does is fair or not, he gets to do with his creation what he wants to do. He is the creator. Everything and everyone belongs to him. But second, not only did God create everything, but it is only by his will that this created order continues. God is the one keeping everything intact. He's the one keeping it going. You take away God and everything in this created order falls apart. It is not existing independently apart from its creator. So let me explain it to you this way. My kids like to build things with Legos. Let's say I were to take a pile of their Legos and from it construct a building, a nice building that I like, that I've designed, that I've built out of Legos. And let's say I was able to actually build something that impressed my kids and they came in and, "Oh, wow, that's cool, Dad. I like that. That's impressive." And what if a few minutes later, after building this impressive building, I just decided to smash it back into 100 pieces? Well, I can do that, right? It's my building. I built the building. I can do with it what I want. But also, that building would have never existed apart from my intervention. I chose to create. I chose the purpose for which it was created. I was the one who made it, decided its purpose, and decided how it would be formed. It owed everything to me. Otherwise, it would have just been a pile of Legos still sitting there with no form or purpose. Much more with God. God created all things from nothing. There is nothing that exists apart from Him, from Him making it to exist. Nothing came about on its own. More specifically, Jesus is the source of all things, as we have already seen. Therefore, God alone is worthy. He made all things. He's currently holding all things together. And while you will pay the price for Him to sit on the throne of your heart, He alone is worthy of that price. Anything or anyone else that tries to sit on the throne of your heart will leave you empty and ashamed, and it is not worthy of your life. The message of Revelation chapter 4 is that there is only one who is worthy. And this one is about to do with His creation as He wills. The question becomes, are you ready? Are you ready for Him to truly sit on the throne of your heart, whatever the cost? The motivation for us to do this, for us to see this, for us to really have God on the throne of our hearts, goes back to Him. It's His love that is our motivation. We'll see that as we continue through the book of Revelation. But yes, God is on the throne. And on the throne of our hearts, He can do as He wills with His creation. But He is also loving and good and patient and kind, and on and on and on we could go. In His love, He has paid the price for all of our sins and all of our rebellion against Him. And we can be forgiven of our sins and have the false gods of our hearts removed and be restored to a right relationship with our loving Father. And God has provided this better way because He loves you. He does not want to leave you with the false gods that can't actually help and won't long-term fulfill the deepest desires of your heart. So as we continue our series through Revelation, remember this: studying Revelation is not simply about understanding the end times. Studying Revelation is about knowing Jesus more. It is about seeing Jesus lifted up as the King of the universe and being in awe of Him, of who He is. It is about seeing God's love and justice and righteousness and learning to love Him more just because of who He is. Understanding the end times is good. That's great. But if you only come to the book of Revelation to understand the end times, you've actually missed the entire point of the book. Revelation is about revealing Jesus, who is alone worthy of your life, for you to worship Him, for you to acknowledge Him as Lord and bow before Him. See Him lifted up. Love Him. Serve Him. Give Him your life. Be faithful unto death. For the believer, the best is yet to come. That concludes Revelation chapter 4. Join me next time as we begin Revelation chapter 5. Thanks for joining me today. For more information, go to pmbministries.org. I hope you have a great day.